you guys have heard about Galaxy 3, I'm sure, and Sunshine 2. There's a lot of debate about it.
Yeah, okay. But I'm not completely sure unless I see like the E3 of it.
Yeah, that's the way I am. I don't know. I mean, it's rough to say when they're going to come out. I mean, I even just Googled the dates, and I didn't see anything on it. The only thing I saw was cover art. And I mean, according to what I saw on the cover art, though, it looks like Luigi's going to be playable in Sunshine 2, which will add a whole new mechanic to the game. They might do what they did with Galaxy 1 and make him like a playable character and play through again after you get done with the game.
Or they could be like a maybe like a co-op if someone has like the gamepad and play from that point of view, while another player plays from like just play it from the TV.
Yeah, and they may do that. I don't.
That'd be interesting. I mean, it's possible.
Yeah, it is. I mean, anything is possible nowadays, especially with the Wii U. I think of all the new gen consoles, that's the one I'm probably gonna settle with because it's got the most capabilities from what I've seen, and Xbox One doesn't really look all that impressive to me.
Keep talking that way. This is going to cause controversy because there's going to be people, especially with the PS3, saying no, the PS3, no, not PS4 is more capable than the Wii U will ever be. Which in some
I just
cases, that's right. PS4 with the Vita can't have like live off-screen play like the Wii U. Though taking that into effect, I mean the PS Vita would cost $200 and the PS4 itself would be $400, so that'd be $600, half the price of a Wii U.
I always hate that kind of scroll. Like this console is better than that. That one's better than this. This one's better. That's it. That stuff can go on forever.
Well, yeah, I mean, it really depends on the gamer. I just like Nintendo stuff. You know, shoot me.
I don't know if I ever get a PS4 or Xbox One because most of the stuff that I want on there is going to be available at PC at some point.
And some of the games that are pretty interesting going to be probably like beyond the probably just beyond the 360 PS4 and whatnot.
You said 360. You mean one? Did I say 360 earlier?
No, you said one.
Yeah.
The only thing that won't be are things that are like Halo and things. Those won't be on other systems. That's always been Microsoft exclusive.
I kind of grew tired of the Halo franchise.
Well, yeah, I guess I kind of did too. I mean, I like the first two, but once they made Halo 3 and all that, I was like, okay, that's enough.
It peaked really well at Halo 2.
Yeah, it did, especially with all the dual wielding capabilities and stuff you could do in it. But once 3 came out, they even took out some of the dual wielding out of 3, like which weapons you can do it with. And 2, you can do the needlers, and 3, you can't. So they kind of cheapened it.
What's funny, can you play Halo 2 now on Xbox Live? I think they discontinued that portion of the Halo's franchise for Live.
I don't know. I haven't really messed with
I do
Xbox.
know something about like a remake of it, of Halo 2.
We probably could do that. In the meantime, you can play Halo 2 on the PC.
Did they put it on the PC?
Yeah, it's a thing.
I didn't know
and
that.
People will make their own little private servers to make up and have other people come in.
I didn't even know that.
I mean, it's not as automatic as Xbox Live used to be, but you can still get it working. You just need to find a server that people will have open to play on.
Well, I didn't hear even Halo 2 was on PC.
It's been on PC for quite a while.
So.
It's like the games after that Microsoft focused just on their consoles, and they still kind of did that. There was a time that Microsoft was saying, we're going to focus on the PC portion now, and they hire somebody from Steam. And just recently, he quits because he couldn't really do anything about it. Well, I'm just saying, at my part, this is a speculation, but he couldn't get anything done anyway. I was like, you the guys don't need me here. I mean, you're just gonna ignore me.
So, another topic I was thinking about was the 3DS versus the 2DS. Because there's a lot of people still wondering, is the 2DS worth it?
In my opinion, yes. especially if you're in moving cars and don't want to break the hinge of your 3DS. Or, that's pretty much why I got a 2DS, because I have played a 3DS in the movie vehicle. It's kind of scary when you hear your screen snap when you hit a bump in the road. It's like, that's not. Hopefully that didn't break anything for good. And that's when I kind of stopped playing the 3DS. I started playing stuff on the PSP.
I can see that, but I mean, like pros and cons of each one. What do you think, Zach? What do you think would be the pros and cons for each one? Because you played both of them more than both of us have.
It depends. That pretty much depends if where am I at. I like to play game. I like to play games as long as I could. It's all depending on how the battery capability is.
Well, you're in stores most of the time. You're not too far from a charger.
Well, that's true, yeah. And also you can buy. I think you can buy battery chargers for the car too for both of them.
For the card, or you can get battery packs that's like a small, I don't know, like little blocks that hold hours and hours worth of energy into them.
And also the XL versus the normal size. That's another one that's been kind of an issue for me in particular, because I'm trying to think, well, do I want to fork over the extra cash for the bigger screen, or do I want to just...
All right, do you care about the 3D capabilities?
Not much, but I mean, as long as I can play the game, that's good enough for me, because half the time I can't really tell the 3D anyway, except for things like 3D Land.
Yeah.
That's really the only time I can usually tell.
2DS if you don't care about the 3D. Now, if you really do like that 3D effect, I would suggest getting larger XL version, because is that more defined in the XLs?
Yeah, like the XLs because you can see more of what.
Yeah, it seems deeper, doesn't it?
So
Like
playing,
if you like,
so like playing Pokemon on the small versus Pokemon on the big. You know, like what's the difference between them? Basically, is what I'm. Is it just crisper?
If anything, it would probably be worse, because it's still the same resolution. You're just stretching that out into a bigger screen.
yeah, you could just pretty much see like the difference on size.
I should note that he actually has both, showing them off to Jacob as we speak.
Yeah.
And like the XL has a little snapping thing.
Yeah, I can see that.
Just a little warning, just in case. And has like this little thing if you're playing like on this, looking at a whole like this, or you could just go like this, that way for.
Okay. I just hear a bunch of clicks.
Yeah.
Nobody knows what's going on.
Unless you.
Somebody just knocked off their tooth.
Yeah, so you can pretty much see like the.
Yeah, I can see that. I think this is the one I played when I tried out Mario Brothers 2.
Yeah.
I mean, if you like 3D, the 3D effect, that'd be the way to go.
Maybe.
Portability, I guess the original 3DS is good for that. Durability, 2DS.
Durability 2DS. As far as like, do they make a bigger 2DS, or is it just the one size?
It's the one size. It won't surprise me if they make a bigger one.
Is the wireless better on the
I think
on the 3DS, or is it basically the same?
I think they're all
the same, just by like just the XL has just like a bigger screen and bigger battery.
They go up to the N band, if I can recall. I don't know if they go up to the 5 gigahertz range.
And plus, like the XL have like a larger
Stylus?
no, like a larger megabyte, or what is it?
SD card?
Yeah.
Well, you can do that with any. I mean, you can always buy SD card aftermarket SD cards and transfer them to that. I mean, I have done that.
Can it also be the same? We talked about SD cards. Can it be like any different from like the handhelds, or is it just like the same thing on the comp?
An SD card is an SD card.
So you can
So
like I
just,
could take my one from the Wii and use it on that.
You can if you're doing that for like storage usage, but you can't play Wii games on the.
Well, I knew
So
that.
it's just
but-
like-
But yeah, you can do that.
So it's pretty much like the same thing on the.
I mean, you'd just be using it for storage, but I wouldn't do that myself.
right.
Then again, there could be some unforeseen thing that I don't know of, but as far as I know, you can do that just for storage.
Okay.
But then again, SD cards aren't really hard to come by now. You can probably get a pretty good, decent 4 gig one for pretty. You can get a 16 gig card for $20.
I haven't really heard much more about Donkey Kong Jungle Freeze.
You mean
Or Tropical Freeze. I haven't heard much about that.
It's coming out Sunday.
Sunday.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
coming up Sunday. I can't wait for it.
note, we're recording this on the 18th.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. This is
February 18th of 2014.
Yeah. So this is.
So
Gonna,
it's like 3 days away, or what's the day of it?
Today is Tuesday.
No, I'm talking about the release date on the.
I don't know. It's Sunday.
Sunday. It'd be 5 days from now.
Yeah.
I don't really know much of the features about it, so maybe you can enlighten me and as well as the
I
rest
feel
of
like
the listening audience.
I saw like the latest trailer on the Nintendo Direct, and it looks pretty. It looks pretty insane. Like seeing like the gameplay and the level design is just crazy.
Is it like Returns or is it different from that one?
I don't know much, but it's kind of different.
Well, looking at it, you know it's Donkey Kong, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Okay. So it's not radically different.
Do you know anything about playable characters?
There's
Donkey Kong.
Donkey Kong, Diddy Kong, and there's Dixie Kong, and those two are like probably like second players,
Right.
and next there's Cranky Kong.
You can play as Cranky?
Yeah.
Wow. I can only picture what his gameplay's like. That'd be funny. I wonder if they did the same thing in that one like they did with 3D World, where you could just switch characters like that. So I know that in 3D World that was an option. You could instead of just like the one player always playing as Mario, you could actually switch between them.
That'd be really nice to have, but I'm not pretty sure if they're not going to have that. I think you're just going to play as Donkey Kong, as always, and or have like Diddy always like a help for better platforming.
Well, you remember the countries where you can switch back and forth between them. I mean,
Yeah.
Is that how they're going to do it?
I don't know.
Oh well, we'll
They
find out when it comes out. I guess.
They have
I guess
it.
we will.
Oh, did
They have it on the return.
Speaking of, that's one game I bought, but I haven't really played through it. It was like does that for me.
Yeah, and there's another little thing that LuckySonata's got over here, and that was a Wii U. He just recently got that with the Zelda package, the HD remake of Wind Waker.
I would say it wasn't easy to find. Well, at a decent price.
Yeah.
I mean, mine had to come from Los Angeles.
And got Pikmin 3. So tell us a little bit about that.
For as long as they had us wait for a new sequel, it's well worth it. I'm very satisfied with it.
Did they raise the number of Pikmin you can have on the field at a time?
It's still 100, but
Did they add any new Pikmin to it?
they replaced the purple and the red Pikmin with the rock Pikmin and flying Pikmin.
Well, the rock one's more of like it's a good Pikmin for for throwing, while like the flying ones are like some kind of obstacle in a way.
Well, it's this freaking spider web.
Yeah.
Super nasty.
That's I thought it was pretty cool.
But the bosses seems kind of.
Yeah, the bosses are something that I was interested in too.
They're difficult.
Yeah, I remember you having trouble on one of those.
Well, I'm a bit of an OCD about keeping my Pikmin alive, and they're not easy.
Don't you get like a special sticker or a special something for keeping your Pikmin alive through most of the?
I remember just something like that in Pikmin 2 in challenge mode.
That's like in challenge mode, but
I
he
don't
he's
really.
so far like gone through like the story. He did like just play like one little mission like and see what it's like, and that's just it.
Yeah, I haven't really explored like the side options. Yeah, I just played through the story. That's about it.
Okay, what about you, Zach? I heard you've been from him that you've been playing through Wind Waker HD. What's the differences between that and the GameCube version?
I really like the graphics they have. I really like the three. I really like the HD graphics. Like when I start playing, I immediately like kind of see the difference. I can see the sky is really nice on the. If you compare it to like the GameCube one and the. Let me get my bearings here. The HD.
Remake.
Yeah.
Is there any difference between like item selection and item capabilities? Like if you use the gamepad versus the.
Oh yeah, you could use like the gamepad to organize your items, and you can use the gamepad for your maps. It's really helpful for like you're on the when you're on the sea. You can it's you go instead of like pausing and while you're staying on the original, while you could just look at the gamepad and see there's where I need to go.
Oh, right. Look up at the C chart instead of having to pull up the C chart on your screen and having to pause the game. You can just look on your gamepad.
Yeah,
That's handy.
and plus the new the Swift cell that
That is on the original.
no, that's on the HD one.
They put the Swiss on the original. I got it on when I went through it. It was you got it at the auction on the original. They added more effects to it from what I heard. Like you can actually tell that you're going faster instead of just.
Yeah,
But like.
but it's best for, it's really great for like it saves you a lot of time for sailing. You could just like activate the sail and the wind just goes with you.
Oh, so it's like instead of having to play the Wind's Requiem every time, you just.
Yeah, as long as you're at sea, but for like you going like to, just glide through with the
With the DQ leaf.
yeah. As long you have to change the wind for that to get to a point you want to go to.
I remember that was a gimmick in the Forest Haven, where you had to like change the wind whenever you're going towards the
Yeah,
the woods.
we had to go into the forsaken woods.
Yeah, the Forbidden Woods. Yeah.
And plus, the in the directional pad have like the Wind Waker on it, so don't have to go to your items. So you just press the icon where it shows and just play it from there.
Oh,
And
so
plus,
you don't have to swap it out with the items you're currently holding.
yeah, and
Oh.
plus the the pad is just mostly for your like sailing equipment, like your grappling hook and your and your bombs.
Hmm.
Instead of like going to your items, they just have like on them on while you're on sailing, so that way you don't have to switch items. For like if you're going to use a bomb or use like a grapple hook to dig up,
You get to get the treasure from the bottom. Yeah.
Yeah.
I never did beat Wind Waker in the challenge mode on the second time through. I never could do that. It's a pain.
I still can't understand it. Well, mini casting, it just fine.
Well, on challenge mode, you have less magic and less hearts to go through the game with. That's one of the main reasons I'm having trouble with it.
Challenge mode.
Yeah, whenever you play through the second time.
I haven't really noticed anything different other than your clothes.
Just different clothing. Yeah, that's it.
You can still get your hearts. You can
And-
still find ways to replenish them.
And plus, on the HD, they have like the hero mode that which you're on.
Yeah, I'm trying that out. It's quite difficult. I mean, it adds an element of I hope I don't die.
Hero.
Because
I haven't even heard about that. What
That's
is?
on the HD remake.
Oh, well, what is it essentially? Like the same game, just
It's just harder. You don't get any hearts.
oh, so it's kind of like the difference between
You could get
the
like heart.
Master Quest and the original and Ocarina of Time.
You just you don't find hearts don't come to you when you really need it.
you can regain your health by like potions and fairies. That's the only way to regain your health that I know of so far. You can still collect heart containers and heart pieces, but as far as like
Replenishing them, that's
so it's really try not to get hit. That's pretty much it.
and plus the damage you get is double.
Oh yeah, that too.
The- wow. Okay.
So it's quite difficult. I would say one thing that has annoyed me about the HD remake is if you're playing on a Wii pad, you're kind of forced to use the gyroscope features on it, which you have to like kind of aim and tilt the gamepad to get to where you want to aim at. I experienced this frustration when I'm going through like the Forsaken Fortress. No, not that. What's this? Forbidden Woods boss when you're using the
Using the
boomerang to cut down the tentacles,
Yeah, I remember
vines.
that one.
I think vines is more appropriate. Well, you can move around with the thumbstick while you're aiming, which
And
is okay. But
you can also use the other thumbstick as well to like move around move around the.
The camera like in the
Yep.
original, like the C stick did in the original.
I think I tried that. It didn't really work out too well for me.
Well, I got used to the gyros. I just got used to it just fine.
Well, they're different people get used to it differently. I mean,
Yeah. I don't really like gyroscope features. I can deal with it most of the time, but in that boss fight,
If you
it's
have a
frustrating.
it had a turn with gyroscope, you could just always turn it off at the options menu.
I tried to look for the options menu. I didn't see that. Oh well. Well, I defeated it anyway, the hard way.
I can only imagine that in hero mode.
And plus,
is
there's
weird.
other thing we need to mention is the Tinga bottles.
Oh yeah. Since we use like online connected, you can put messages in the bottle and you see them out in your word. Well, all right, you make a message, somebody sends it out, and as you're playing through the game on your file, you can see those bottles as you travel around and see what they wrote in their.
So like if I got my Wii U and you wanted to send me a message through that game, you could.
I can do that, but it won't be efficient to send you a message like if I need immediate response though. But
It's like
just like something silly. Like
it's just like
look what I found.
Oh.
it's like
It's a pig
a
farting.
message in the message in the bottle, and also you could like when you take pictures, you could just put it on the. Yeah, it's like you could just say like, "Hey, look what I took."
Oh, I see. So it's like screenshots and things. Huh. That'd be pretty cool. I finally managed to beat Twilight Princess after about 6 or 7 months of playing through the dang thing. I thought the ending was cheap because they didn't let you keep playing. You have to go back to the Wii menu just to just to even play it again. I thought that was kind of cheap. I think if they do it like another one of the Twilight Princess games or have another Zelda game like that, they should put in replay value where you can keep playing through
Oh,
the
you're
game
just
even after you
saying
beat.
that,
Yeah.
but you're talking about replayability. That's,
Well, right. Instead of just like the game ends, that's it.
Oh, like an after story kind of
Well,
thing.
not really like an after story, but more like. Well, it would be nice to have more than just Ganon be the final boss. Spoilers.
Way to go.
But it would be nice to have like after you beat the final boss, if they let you continue playing instead of just say the end in the screen stays on that.
and you're wishing they show like you go back to the menu. After that, you just go back to like the files, and you could just sit and they'll tell you could play the game with just this time on hard mode or something.
Like they did with Wind Waker, where they actually let you play through it again, or even play on the same file, and they save it after you beat the boss, and then they let you keep hunting for the rest of the items that you don't have.
I guess that's not really a deal breaker for me. I mean, I usually try to get everything before going to the final boss.
I had about 3 hearts. I couldn't heart containers. I
So
hadn't
mostly
filled
you're
yet.
just talking about like replayability. What about like the actual ending when you know beat the final boss?
The ending I thought was cool, especially with the mirror and everything like that. But I just didn't like the fact that they didn't let you continue to play after you beat the final boss. Where it was like once you beat the final boss, that's it. There's no additional thing you can do. There's no way you can hunt down the rest of the items that you missed, or if you missed anything. You know, so that was my only beef with that one. I'm not sure if in Skyward Sword how they did it, because I haven't played through it, because I'm just now getting a Wii Motion Plus. But
I still haven't yet played through it yet myself. I haven't even got to the first temple.
When I heard with the Motion Plus, though, it's supposed to be a lot more, like, the sword is supposed to be a lot more, like, you have to really be accurate with it.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
more
all I
accurate than your movements, yes.
All I had to say is you just give it time for your get your arms to get used to the motion. Plus,
Also needs a good amount of space around you.
Hmm. Well, I hope that my room is big enough then.
I don't really think it's really cramped from what we're talking about. You moving again during the podcast, all right?
Well, I don't know. I don't mean down there. I mean like my room currently,
Oh.
because I'm planning on getting it before I leave. But that's not even the point. The main thing I'm concerned about is it a good game? I mean, is it better than Twilight Princess? Is it, is it a good continuation of the Zelda franchise? That's the main thing I'm focused on here. I mean, from what you've played of it, is it a good addition to it, or is it lame?
you can play again hero mode. Is that what you're asking?
No, I mean, is he saying, is it worth having? Is Skyward Sword worth it? I say yes. Because everybody's saying yes anyway.
If you really want to feel like, if you really want to be more merged, like you always said, people say they want to be merged into like the game. Like if like it does like using the remote feels more like swinging a sword, then yes, if you want to try that stuff out, if be more merged in it, then yes, it's worth a shot.
Now, here's the only quarrel I have with it. I'm left-handed. So that might present a problem when I go to use the sword. Because whenever I play Twilight Princess, I always have to flip the Wii remote and the nunchuck and put the nunchuck in my right hand and my Wiimote in my left because I'm, left-handed. So I hope that doesn't present a problem.
Is there a left-hand mode in Skyward Sword?
Yeah, there's a hero mode in that.
Left-hand mode.
Where you can use the Wiimote in your left hand.
Oh, you meant that? I'm not really sure.
That's my only thing with it. Because I'm
Look
left-handed.
into that.
Yeah, that's my. Since I'm left-handed, it'd be kind of a pain to try to do that. The other thing I was looking into getting into is 3D World. Was the other one I've been looking into, and I know you guys have got it,
But we haven't.
but you haven't really played it. So
I heard good things about it, so that's why I bought it. Just haven't really felt like playing it yet.
I know the cat suit is a new power-up in there that will let you scamper up walls and.
Let's try not to talk about a game that I already have yet to play. Neither of us yet to played. Owned it, but haven't yet played it.
Now, what about Mario Bros. U? You have it?
Nope.
I've seen a Let's Play. That's about all I know about the game too.
Wasn't really too interested in Mario Bros. Wii U. I mean, the Wii version. And the Wii version looks pretty much the same. Yes, there's probably differences here or there. There's something you can do on the gamepad, but
You can make platforms on the gamepad.
yes, but still, I'm not too interested in it. That's why I got the Zelda edition one because I was more interested in the remake of the Wind Waker than the new Mario Brothers game.
And of course me, I was more interested in the Donkey Kong game.
Right.
Plus, I always figures I might buy the game if he wants to play it.
I wonder if they're going to do a bundle of that one. It'd be interesting to see.
Probably.
Or tell him.
I mean, Donkey Kong's one of Nintendo's biggest characters, so most likely they will do a bundle with that. I mean,
They've done the Mario bundle, they've done the Zelda bundle, and it might be another bundle coming up like that. Or they may make a Mario Kart 8 bundle.
Oh yeah, that's
oh,
right.
yeah, I remember that. But yeah,
May 30th.
May 30th.
Well, I just hope that it's as good as everybody's claiming. I heard Charles Martinet, rave about it in a review, but
and plus the the new Super Mario Brothers. Was it Super Smash Brothers? That's what I meant to say. And
that one, especially with it being on 3DS, that'll be an interesting one to see how they did that. I never could picture playing Smash Brothers on a handheld. That just doesn't go through my computer upstairs.
They really tout that. For a while, haven't they? The Super Smash Brothers on 3DS. I mean, was it before last year's E3, wasn't it? I mean, last year.
Yeah.
Didn't they tout that the year before too? Kind of like before they even unveiled the Wii U.
Yeah, I think so. I never could picture playing it on a handheld system. It's just never something that I could thought would be possible.
They made a Super Street Fighters on the 3DS as a launch title.
Oh yeah. I was interested in that title for a little while. I was like, yeah, never mind. I don't know. Fighting games hasn't really caught my attention that much.
Well, I got Brawl recently, and it's I like it. I mean, I like the fact you can play as Sonic and Snake. I think that's a pretty cool little addition they added. And I also like the fact they put like a true adventure mode in there. That's got like an actual story with it. I thought that was pretty cool.
And sadly to know they not gonna have that story mode in the Wii U.
They're not?
No. I heard the same thing.
Yeah.
Who's the developer of the Smash Bros. Series or the director?
Sakurai or something?
Oh well. Anyway, he's saying that he's not gonna bother making the cinematic story mode because people are just gonna upload it to YouTube.
Oh.
That stuff.
That was the reason. Okay. Yeah, for the Content ID thing.
No, I mean he just doesn't want stuff like that to be spoiled. Though to be honest, I mean if you're avoiding spoilers, it's probably on your part.
That's pretty much your
fault. Yeah. It's just like I said in our last podcast. There's a level of discretion with the viewer. You have to.
If you want to watch, if you've been spoiled by it, it's your fault. It's your fault.
Exactly.
Well, it depends on the game. I mean, if you're going to watch a game that you're interested in and plan
on playing it yourself, it's best to avoid it.
Yeah, I mean, if you already know you're going to buy it at some point. I mean, I've done this with the Pikmin 3 LPs. Saw that popped up. I was like, I want to play that myself. I do not want to watch you play it first before I do.
Well,
I'll watch you after I've beaten the game myself and see how you do compared to what I did.
Well, the main thing I do when I look up Let's Plays, if it's a game I intend on buying, is I'll watch maybe the first 2 or 3 episodes.
Yeah.
Just to kind of see what the gameplay is before I. Yeah. Because is it worth spending the $660 for the game, as opposed to just not worrying about it? Is the gameplay worth it? Is the story mode worth it? Is the music worth it?
Yeah.
That's the only reason I'll look them up. Like when I did the Smash Brothers, I looked up a Let's Play for it, but I didn't watch too much of it because I didn't want to, have any spoilers. I mean, I knew that Pit was going to be in it, and I knew that Mario was going to be in it, but of course, and all the main Nintendo characters. But I just wanted to see I heard about the Subspace Emissary mode that was in there, and
You're talking about Brawl, right?
Yeah, and I wanted to see what that was going to be like firsthand and how they interacted with the characters and everything.
Yeah,
that's the main thing I was looking up. I didn't look up any spoiler characters or anything like that.
Well, I do believe they're going to keep like the classic and all stars.
spoiler characters. Nintendo's kind of like saying all the characters. Well, not, I don't know all, but they're giving a good snippets of what's coming up in the Wii U and 3DS version.
Yeah, I know that the Nintendo confirmed Sonic is going to be back in it, so that's a good thing. I'm not sure about Snake, but I know Sonic is going to be in it for sure. Um, but I don't know exactly what is in store in that game exactly because I mean
No one does.
there's gonna be a lot of filler that they're gonna have to do if they're not gonna put a story mode in it. There's gonna be a lot of filler they're gonna have to do because there's gonna be a lot of space left on the disc, so they're gonna have to figure out.
So
some
they're
way of-
Well, you don't have to fill that space to the brim every time you make a game. I mean, it could be just blank space.
Well, yeah, but I mean, because but the subspace emissary mode was one of the coolest modes on that other game. So if they take that out, they're gonna have to find something that's as awesome as that was.
Yeah, I mean, they might have to find something. They might have something planned. I don't know. Nobody really knows other than the developers.
Did they have anything like a release date for it yet, or is it still
well, somewhere
pretty much in the early stages?
I, I guess it's probably like around. I think like around the summertime.
Early summer, possibly, or late.
Now, the only thing that I thought was kind of a put down for me about Brawl was the Toon Link character. I think they should have kept Young Link in there instead of put Toon Link in there. I mean, I know that it's kind of a small thing, but it just kind of the way they made Toon Link play in that just kind of, you know. And he didn't have the same moveset as Link did. I mean, their final smashes were the same, but they just didn't have the same kind of mechanic with the boomerang or the arrows or anything like that. That's the only thing that kind of turned me off of it.
I like Toon Link, but I can kind of see what you mean. It's kind of like, what's the point? I mean, you already have Link in there already that pretty much has the same moveset, so.
I did love Link's final smash though. That was freaking awesome. The way he kept on slicing him a bunch of times and then boom. That one final hit did it. And the fact that it stuns the enemy before you do it. That way they can't escape from what you're doing. I like that mechanic because like Mario's is easy to dodge. And so is a lot of them, but. And okay, I have to say this: Luigi's final smash was lame. I'm a Luigi fan, but they could have done a lot better with his final smash.
What does he get trippy and
Yeah, he does like his trippy dance and causes everybody to fall asleep and stuff like that, and you can't use him while he's doing his little dance and stuff and all that. So that was kind of I'm a big Luigi fan. I'm not bashing Luigi, but they should have made his final smash something a little bit better than that. I don't know how you guys feel about it, but
Man, I haven't played the game too much at all. Play every now and then, but that's about it. I've never really gone through the whole story mode.
I was just talking about Luigi's final smash.
Yeah, like I said, I haven't really played throughout the whole story mode. I don't have much thoughts about the game.
What about you,
Yeah.
Zach? What do you think of all the different final smashes? Like, did you think the Luigi's was good, or did you think his was kind of silly?
I thought it was a good thing for like I thought it was a good thing for stunning enemies.
Well, it can be, but see, if they would have made it where he danced a little bit and caused it to start, and then you can use him while it's going on, and let you actually hit them while his final smash was going on, I would have liked it. Okay, but the fact that they didn't do that kind of cheapened it. Have any of you heard anything else about the PS4 or the Xbox One?
Like,
Any other new updates about it or anything?
Only
there's still mini games that hasn't yet interested me at all.
I like
GTA 5 will be coming out on both of those consoles and the PC. I'll be getting the PC version, of course. No release date on that yet, but it's coming.
the game that interests me was like Destiny. Was it? It was like the same developer that created Halo from the beginning.
Yeah, I heard something about it.
And there's some other interesting ones, but the one that kind of interesting was Titanfall.
Titan, yeah, I've heard about that one. That one sounds really cool.
The way like you do like that parkour stuff really got my attention.
Oh yeah, that did sound pretty cool.
And the I don't know, people may like some people like the giant robotic I don't know what they're like, the giant robots with, well, it's just, but I did. Let me start.
I am very happy with my new APU. I finally got it all taken care of and squared away with Lucky over here.
Okay.
Call me Cassie if you want.
And I finally got it all squared away. I'm loving it. I love the capabilities of it. I actually recently got the VLC player for it and was able to watch anything on it now, pretty much.
Okay, the giant mechs that they have around, they have like this little AI on them, so they pretty much fight for themselves, but tell you like you get onto them, and when like they're like some parts, you can just use that and it plays like but it's like a same first person shooter, but you're just a lot bit, you're just as a in piloting a giant mech, and there's like some. Well, I do like the parkour. It's just people like to use the giant mech. If they're in the mood for it, but I think that's what Titanfall is like, a game that really think that can bring shooter games to the next level with this. I think the parkour is what it needs for that next,
to take it to the next step.
Yeah.
What was that one game available for the original Xbox? Like you can get this like huge table set with a bunch of buttons on it, and you're pounding.
I heard something about that. Yeah, I never actually got it, but
it's Steel Battalion.
That looks insane. I kind of want to mess with that, see how that goes.
Yeah, that looks cool. It looks kind of like Skylanders in a way because you have to use the interactive parts.
But that game came first before Skylanders.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I do love Skylanders though. That's another awesome game. I don't know if you both have played it. If you haven't, you should.
But the remake, the new Steel Battalion was a disappointment because of the Kinects, with the Kinect sensors.
Yeah, I mean, I like the Kinect, but I think that they could have done a lot better with it. I mean, as far as the recognition and
Well, it is an improvement over the original Kinect on the 360. I mean, we're talking about the Xbox One, right?
Yeah.
I mean, it is an improvement over that, but it's just still room to grow. Yes, it's gonna take a while for it to get to that where it's near perfect enough that it's hardly noticeable.
Right, and the other thing I was curious about the feature with an Xbox One is it gonna have Blu-ray capabilities?
I think it does.
That's all nice, but for me, I just prefer play my Blu-rays on an actual Blu-ray.
Yeah, I mean, I've got a Blu-ray player, but so for some people on the go, they have to take it with them. You can't really take a game system, and the Blu-ray player, because that would take up too much room in your thing. And I know like the original 360 had the HD DVD, so like.
Well, I mean, the HD DVD drive was like an add-on. You connected to a USB port. It was an external box. Another thing to carry around if you're going to do that. And plus, it didn't last long. Of course, how many HD DVDs have you seen?
Right, because HD DVDs went the way of the Dodo and was replaced by Blu-rays, which is exactly why I was kind of curious.
They weren't really replaced by Blu-rays. They were competing for Blu-rays. They're against Blu-rays.
But they
lost out in the battle. I actually was in the pawn shop the other day, in the pawn shop, local pawn shop where we have around here, and saw 2 copies of Blade Runner, and it was an HD DVD, and it had like 5 discs in the dang thing, and I was sitting there thinking to myself, "Holy crap! Finally, I had an HD DVD player." Because it had like three or 4 discs worth of bonus features. with it, and the Blu-ray version doesn't have that.
Oh, I'm surprised they didn't. I think
So-
they'd make that available too for Blu-ray when it.
They do have a Blu-ray version of Blade Runner, but it doesn't have as many special features and as many hours put into it.
I usually don't pay attention to the special features I mentioned. I just want to watch a movie. That's about it.
It's just when you go for movies, it's good to have the total package. You know, that's the reason why whenever I get a Blu-ray or something, I tend to get the unrated version of it or not the extended version of it. So that way you can get the full experience of the movie. I mean, I think it's best to do that. I don't know what you both think about that, but I tend to want to go for the version that has everything in it.
Oh yeah, I can see that. I was like that myself for a while. Just have everything there, so I'm gonna do one that's there. But it turns out that I'll probably watch it once, and that's about it.
Well, it was just for me. I recently got the Wolverine, which is one of the coolest movies ever. By the way, you should check it out. And the unrated version had so many more scenes put into it, as opposed to the PG-13 one. And I got the one that's got all of them in it. Even I did a 3D Blu-ray, which I couldn't use, but I gave it to my mom
What did she do with it?
because she's got a 3D TV. I don't.
Are 3D TVs worth it?
Yeah, yes and no. It depends on what kind of, like, if you prefer to watch 3D, I mean, nothing beats IMAX, of course.
Well,
But-
I can't find an IMAX theater in my home.
Right, because the screen's, like, ridiculously huge. It would probably take up a whole office, like a whole 2-story house just to have the screen in there. But, yeah, 3D TVs are worth it if you have enough 3D movies and have a big enough room to put them in. Because even with a 32-inch, 3D TV, if you go that route, you still have to have a pretty big room to be able to compensate for that 3D. And like my stepdad has a 61-inch, I think, 3D TV, and his living room is, even with his living room being, almost 800, 900 square feet, it's still small for that. So you have to have a lot of room. So it's worth it, but only for those people who are like really obsessed with 3D.
I'm not really. I
I
have
wear-
a 3D capable monitor for my computer. I mean, it's the Asus 144 hertz monitor. I don't know the exact model, but it's that one that you can set up G-Sync for now. But that's 3D capable. Really, all I need for that is to get the glasses. But still, I was like, I don't really see a point to it.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's just like one of those things. Like if you want to watch something that's like special effect heavy, like Thor or Marvel's The Avengers or something like that, that's really like visual effect heavy, then yeah, because you can tell a difference in with the special effects when you watch a 3D one. But if you're into practical movies like me, like the Indiana Jones, all that.
Was there any Indiana Jones in 3D?
There, as I believe, I haven't had the time to check on that, but I have the Blu-ray version. I mean, but for practical movies like that that are based on old time tricks, old time effects, it's not worth it.
Well, I mean, doesn't 3D movies have to be like shoot in 3D for it to actually work, and not like an After Effect? Anyway,
Well, yes and no, but I mean, they can take an old time movie, and this is one of the wonders of technology. They can take an old timey movie and recut it if they have the masters. They can recut it into 3D, but it's not really true 3D unless they shoot it in
yeah,
3D.
that's the thing. I mean, you can tell the difference, correct?
In the 3D quality, yes, you can.
Yeah, it's still a difference there.
I mean, in the 3D quality, you can tell a difference. Like if you were to watch, say, the new Thor movie versus the Indiana Jones. Indiana Jones wasn't shot in 3D. Thor was. You can tell a difference even in the 3D effects because it won't be as crisp and clean as it would be if you watched it in like an actual 3D movie. But overall, I guess it would be worth it, but you'd have to be really obsessed with 3D to go out and buy every single movie you already own.
And for
Yeah, and the right glasses, because they actually have some glasses that are designed to fit over regular eyeglasses, and some that are designed to just.
there's also the passive and the what's the other one? Active
Yeah,
glasses.
yeah,
Active is better, but
it is, but it's like $20 more.
shoot, I heard they were like $100 a piece.
Yeah, they are.
Passes you can get for like $10, or you can even take the ones from theaters and use those at home.
Yeah, but like anybody would do that. I mean, come on.
Well, see, you're paying like how much will a 3D movie cost today if there is any now?
Well, when I saw the original Thor, I know it's been a while back. It was like $15 per ticket.
Yeah, that's
So
you're pretty much paying for the glasses there too. I mean, couldn't you take those home?
they have a bin usually outside that collects the 3D glasses.
But not everybody is really keeping an eye out for that. I'm pretty sure they lose. Man, I remember hearing a report that theaters that offer 3D they tend to lose quite a bit of their 3D glasses because customers take them home with them.
Mm.
That's $15 to see like one movie. That's
To me, I prefer just watch the 3D in theaters.
I haven't watched a
Yeah,
movie in theaters in a long while.
It's just like though with me, like I have Thor on Blu-ray, and it was just like since the first time I ever saw the movie, I watched it in 3D. It's hard for me to appreciate the 2D one at home because I was so used to watching the IMAX one that was, since it was the first time I ever saw it, it was kind of harder for me to get into it once I got my own copy. But it's still a good movie. I mean, it's just harder to.
I'm not really planning on watching anything.
Do you know the latest movies in the theaters now?
Right now, I know that The Hobbit's playing because I'm going to see that Sunday with a friend of mine, and I'm sure that they're still playing that new Hercules movie, but I don't really know much else.
The Hobbit's the only one I know of.
Yeah, and also what about any info on the Lego movie?
Oh yeah, that one too.
Yeah, I haven't heard much about it.
I hear it's actually quite good.
Yeah, from what I heard, it's good. Yeah, but I haven't really heard much else about it. I don't really know. I haven't really looked into many movies lately because I've been trying to just look into the movies that I have versus the movies that I don't, and ones that I like myself, so I could just try to get copies of them. But so I haven't really kept up with theater movies, but that After Earth was really good. I didn't enjoy that one.
I kind of stopped watching theater movies or even buying music now ever since the Stupa thing a year back. I kind of distilled my taste for anything from then on. I was like, I'm not buying anything that this company makes because they try to push this Stupa thing.
What do you mean?
You don't remember the Stupa thing?
No.
The bill that would restrict websites websites like YouTube, Facebook, and stuff like that. Can possibly shut them down.
I know.
If there's like content, I can get that piracy is an issue, but doing that is way too much.
Yeah, it actually I remember that bill now. Yeah, it kind of also affected Let's Players too because they that really affected the Let's Play community and caused channels to either get shut down or even new channels to harder for them to rise.
Yeah, don't remind me of that.
I remember that now.
Yeah, well, that's still an issue today, but that's Yahoo. Yahoo. That's
Yahoo.
YouTube's or Google's solution for that is a content ID thing. If there is a movie that's being uploaded or clips of a movie being uploaded, they would know. And then from then on, they can let the true content holder decide what to do with it. Should it be allowed? Should it be blocked? Should it be, should they get to have revenue from them instead of
Yeah, it's just it's hard to. I mean, there's a fine line there. What's fair use and what's not. I mean, especially like depending on what. Like if you're doing reviews of the movie, sometimes
That's fair use.
too much of a movie put into a review could be still considered copyright. But yeah, and that's still fair use. But they're sure that there's still a restriction on that. Like you can't have more than say such and such seconds of the video of the movie in your video.
Well, if you're just getting clippets here and there, I mean, you're not. Let's see, what is a review? Like a non-spoiler review, right? Kind of like if you're interested in watching this movie anyway, or trying to figure out if it's worth watching. That's one kind of review. The other kind, all right, the nostalgia critics reviews or look backs. I mean, this is probably movies that you already seen or sometimes haven't seen.
Or never heard of them.
Right.
That too.
That too.
I mean, movies that's been out for years, and at this point, people lost interest in them. And you're pretty much showing not every clip is, but like every point of the movie, or every stupid point or no point.
Right. I mean, those things are kind of like again, they're based on the discretion of the viewer. Like, do they want to have a full, complete, spoiler review of the movie, or do they just want little snippets of it to see if it's worth watching?
Yeah.
I watch it because it will make me will make me laugh.
Yeah, well, some movies do that. I mean,
No, I'm talking about the critic.
about the critic. Yeah, I mean, I don't much care for the nostalgia critic. Sorry, but I just don't. It's because I haven't really watched a lot of his stuff. But from what I have watched, my brother tries to show me these things where he rants or something, and it just.
Watch the Ponyo review. Have you seen that one?
No.
Okay, you didn't see it.
I'll give you a little longer before I say I don't like you completely. But there's some from the things my brother has shown, I just don't care to watch it that much.
He doesn't offend me too much. He's done the first Pokemon movie.
I didn't even know that.
Yeah, he done the review of that. And I mean, at the time when I was a kid and enjoyed the movie as it is, especially the part where they're saying Pokemon battles are bad. I mean, why do we make them fight like this? We should stop fighting each other. And he brings this up clearly. It was like, no, you're just gonna do it again. Keep doing it.
But yeah, I don't know. I mean, there are some people out there that I like to watch reviews of, like Josh Scorcher, the Fiery Joker. I like his reviews too because he always has these special guests on and puts on these computer graphics that look really awesome. And they'll show lightsabers coming out of their hand or something like that, or do this signature thing he does where he says kaboom and the screen goes white. Things like that I love to watch because he'll always do it at the most perfect moment in the video. And at the end he does his kaboom thing again, and it always shows this cutscene from a Dragon Ball Z game of you using your ultimate technique and blowing up the planet.
I like to watch Angry Joe with that. I don't know why. I just do. Ever since I watched his Borderlands 2 review, I kind of got. He pretty much interested me in just watching his videos. You just don't argue. You just somehow you just like him.
How about the Angry Joe? I mean, Angry Video Game Nerd.
That's what I was about to bring up. I like him okay. I mean, especially when
Yeah.
there are some times when he goes on his rants that I like it. But yeah, I mean, it depends on what game I'm watching. But some of them, yeah, I like.
There's times I feel like he's just going in too deep.
Yeah, that's the thing I
And
feel
his
too.
vocabulary choice words are too far, but that's probably what got him
Yeah.
famous anyway.
Yeah, because I mean he was different. He was unique because nobody else was doing that whenever he started doing
Now everybody's doing it.
Exactly.
And
But yeah, but the Fiery Joker, that guy, he for those of you wanting to watch him, he only does My Little Pony reviews. So if you're a brony or a Pegasister, goody. If not, then I would stay away from him because all he does is review that show. But yeah, some of the stuff that he says is just great. Like, hold on, how is he struggling to lift that? This is this weight and that weight and this height and that height and then therefore you can take this and multiply it by this and and it confuses the crap out of everybody watching at the same time. It just makes it so funny. I mean, it's worth checking out.
And plus, this video ain't the video game nerd. But excuse me. But anyway, I go to watch his stuff. He's reviewing doing his latest episode. Doing his nerd videos. And I don't know, he's not doing much there because he's doing like a play with his friend Mike on, and what's some other stuff on it?
Well, I know that that there's some other reviewers out there, but
and mostly he's working on making his movie.
Yeah,
that's what keeps on convincing me that.
Yeah, I've heard about that too. I'm still following that copyright claim of co-founder money 456. I'm still following that, but from what I've heard, it's got it pretty much, taken care of now.
Yeah, when people have like that kind of stuff, I remember some angry rants about that.
Yeah, he really got a lot of people on his side. It's like there was like some people that said, "Well, screw Sega Europe," stuff like that on his comments.
All right, I mean, it's still Sega as a whole.
But no, it was just Sega Europe.
It's still Sega.
Well,
I mean, all right, Sega of America, Sega of Japan.
Well, yeah, I mean, different companies flag different things, but that's what I'm saying. The different companies within that company flag different things. Different regions of the company will flag different things. But it's just that one region that got onto him for that. And everybody posted comments saying how they're with him and how, screw this company and screw this and,
I'm going to boycott.
Yeah, pretty much. But I was with him too, but I didn't go as far as to say screw Sega of Europe because I'm a big Sega fan. But, yeah, from what I've heard, he's got it pretty much disputed and everything's fine now. I don't think they're going to put his Let's Play back up. But from what I've read into, Machinima's got it taken care of.
Wait, he's an affiliate channel now, right?
He's partnered.
Oh, he's partner, but is he affiliate or manage?
I think he's managed.
Oh, then
I think I'm pretty sure.
Well, if he was managed, he wouldn't have to deal with this problem himself, wouldn't he? Or was this was this content ID'd or
it was copyright strike flagged?
Oh, then that's something else.
Yeah, but Machinima has taken care of it from what I've read into. I haven't really seen too much else about Content ID as far as who's getting flagged if they're a big Let's Player, other than I saw a Runaway Guys video get flagged, not copyright strike flagged, but Content ID flagged.
That's common. What probably will happen is that the channel Runaway Guys won't get monetizations from that claim until it's been disputed.
Right, but now the thing that another reason I thought that the Coviner Monies was such bull crap was because he always puts custom intros and outros in his videos, so he always customizes it in some way anyway, and his commentary is always live too, so he doesn't have to worry about any of that either. So he always does commentary over his videos all the time, never leaves any blank space. That's kind of the reason I was behind him on it.
That's kind of hard to do. Live commentary is not blank spaces out like in silence.
Yeah, silence in his commentary. He
something
always
I need to work on.
He always he doesn't maintain. If he does do it, it's only 5 or 6 seconds to kind of regain his thoughts or to switch to another, thing. But he doesn't ever leave more than 5 or 6 seconds of dead space where he's not commentating. They're doing commentary in his video. So that's another reason I was behind him on this. I don't know. I mean, doing commentary can be tough sometimes.
Yeah.
I mean, I can speak as a Let's Player by saying that doing commentary is kind of tough, especially when you're redoing a game that you've already done, or doing another, like when we did our Mario Kart Wii season
Yeah.
2.
It's kind of easier when you have a group of people around you.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, and also it helps when you're doing a game for the first time, like when we do an upcoming project, or we do a game for the first time for a project. You can explain stuff a lot more because it's the first time you've ever done the game. But then when you go back and try to do another season or another continuation of it, everybody already knows everything about it if they've watched your other one.
Yeah.
So it's harder to come up with, explanations. Okay, well, this works like this works like that. It's hard to come up with fresh commentary. But when you're doing a game for the first time, it's like, okay, I need to explain this item because they might not know what it does. They may never played the game. That's easier to do. But then if you play through the like say you do Sonic Colors 3 times as a Let's Play, how do you keep the commentary fresh between
Are you
sessions?
playing the game over 3 times over?
Yeah, like if you do that, like, and decide, my video quality wasn't that great or my audio quality wasn't great, I want to redo that Let's Play. How can you keep the commentary fresh? That's the biggest issue I've always had.
Well, from what I've seen, more popular Let's Players will talk about something current or something that's currently going in their lives.
Or talk about something what's been happening to them.
Yeah, I mean, that's a way to really do it. Kind of like, in my mind, I was like, should I say that? Most of the answers is no.
That's what I usually say. If you have to question it, don't say it.
Well, don't say it, but if you're trying to do that while making a commentary or a Let's Play, it kind of makes it boring because then you have these moments of silence.
Right.
Yeah.
And you can run risk of getting content ID'd. Also, because of the music, a lot of times. That's the biggest thing I've seen.
That's music, yeah.
Yeah.
Music is mostly what's getting tagged. Not necessarily games themselves, but the music in the games is what's getting flagged. But I don't know. Have you guys heard anything else about technology that would be interesting to?
There's that camera we saw on the, that little camera that goes like that.
What was that, an ad?
I think so.
It was a tripod, and or attachment to a tripod that's attached to a camera, and it's a little glider, so you can like make the camera slide across, or you can have it where if you're like focused on the object, you kind of make it rotate around that a little bit.
Oh, that sounds cool.
Yeah, it's pretty interesting. I thought,
Yeah,
wow.
I could pretty much, like I said before, like on.
I would
like
never
that
use it because
yeah.
I'm not a movie maker like that.
But like I said before, like
Is it kind of like a dolly, like where they can move the camera, or is it just?
I mean, you would be recording while it's moving. I mean, it kind of makes it that nice, slow, smooth movement.
Oh, kind of like a Steadicam.
Yeah.
Steady but moving.
Well, that's what a Steadicam does. I know you guys aren't filmmakers. I've been looking into a lot of this stuff. But what a Steadicam does is it's this rig that you can put on, where you have the camera, and you can be walking, like, and it won't show the shake from you walking. It'll keep it steady while you take your paces.
Well, it's like that, but it's on a tripod.
I see.
Yeah.
Yeah, it could. I feel like a lot of producers using.
Filmmakers.
Yeah, like I was trying to say that, but till Jacob interrupt me. Thank you for that.
We're just giving good insight about
But yeah, true. I just want to finish what I was about to say.
I apologize. I went off on a tangent.
All is forgiven.
No, don't forgive him. More. NVIDIA releases a 750 and 750 Ti. It's a lower end graphics card, but they can pretty much play most games in 1080p. Plus, if you have a low power system that doesn't have an extra PCI a power connector, you can just get that. And you don't have to worry about adding power connectors into it,
Nice.
which is, yeah.
So, what kind of other stuff that has been lately from like other channels you've been watching on YouTube?
I've been watching Game Grumps. Does that count for anything?
Game Grumps.
You heard about them?
A little bit. My brother told me a smidge.
I don't know. There'd be some videos that just make me roll on the floor laugh.
I remember seeing a video that was hilarious. I don't know how long ago it was posted, but it was about, it's called like Super Smash Brothers Brawl Logic in Real Life or something like that, where they actually had like a full like homemade video of Smash Brothers and added in the graphic and computer stuff they put in is just awesome. But they had like Mario's story and Link's story, and then had them face off against each other, and had Luigi in there, and it was real life people playing them. So it was, and like some of the things that they said were just crazy. Like Mario, the guy that plays Mario would say, "There's a reason why I'm the face of Nintendo." and all this crazy stuff, and they even whenever they did their final smashes, like for example Link's little Triforce smash, they would actually cut in the sound effects from the game and the graphics from the game and show him doing it, and then even the last little voice clip, "Taya!" and showed him flying off screen. It was really cool. They even had one where they did Super Mario Brothers logic in real life, where they would just go through the levels and stuff and get like Firefly. There was one I saw where it showed this guy playing Mario, and he hit the power up block, and it popped out a gun.
I think I saw that video.
When he'd start shooting the bomb and then shooting the Goomba, and he kicked it away. It was hilarious. I haven't really seen much else on it, but they did one for Link in real life, for Zelda in real life, where it showed him in like a little red wagon instead of on the boat. and it said like budget bow, and it had a bow that was like an inch or two long. It showed him using little suction cup arrows in it. It was hilarious. You guys should check that out.
Have you heard of College Humor? They did something like Zelda, where especially the part where you go into people's houses and like break their pots.
Oh yes, I saw something like that. They actually did something like that in the one that I'm talking about too. They and he says, like the guy that plays Link, you go up and pick up the pot and hold it up like this, like he was gonna break it, and he's like, "I'm gonna break it." I'm gonna break it, and then he broke it, and the guy's just standing there watching him break it, not saying anything. And I remember in that Super Smash Brothers Brawl Logic one that there was actually a part where Mario and Luigi faced off against each other, and they actually got a lot of the fireballs and stuff right. But like there was this one part when a soccer ball fell into the thing. And he said, Luigi gets up off the ground, and he's sitting there. He's like, no, like looking at the soccer ball, and Mario's like, yeah, it's gonna come at you, and you're gonna go flying. Oh yeah, and they kicked the soccer ball, and it showed the fire effect off the ball, and it hit him, and it actually had the woohoo. That happens when Luigi flies out. It was hilarious.
I remember something like a Mario kind of thing that like he acts all angry and stuff. I can't remember. It was like he was like all mad and stuff.
Yeah, I think I remember seeing something about that too.
I don't know. He was like there was like a video like of Toes like going like, okay, we're gonna put that there or something, and then Mario just comes here. You, like what the heck? Why do you always have to?
Right. I think it's amazing to see some of these people who make those kinds of videos, because it's like it shows their dedication to the characters and how much they really like the people in there.
Why do I have to have blood in order to get a goddamn mushroom? Just put it on the damn ground.
Yeah. I think that's cool, though, because it shows that there's a true fan base out there for those characters. I mean, to have all those fan-made parodies and things. I mean, I think that that's cool. I don't know what you think about it, Cass.
Oh yeah.
I mean, especially like the Smash Brothers stuff. I'll have to show you guys the video later. But, I mean, just the effects that they can use now. That's amazing. Like when they shoot Mario's fireballs, they look like real fireballs bouncing on the ground instead of just,
One that's just ripped off from the game.
Yeah, they actually look like custom made fireballs now, and they look really like. And even when they did Luigi's fireballs, they look green just like Luigi's. It's amazing what they can do now, and when they got their final smashes, even like they glowed all the different colors just like in the game. I mean, I don't know. I just think it's cool. I've never seen anything like it. But we're going to have to end this soon, though, because my reservation runs out in 10 minutes.
Oh.
So we're going to have to end it soon.
Okay, before we go, there's a little story that, today recently I was playing Borderlands. The first one, not the second one. Was one of my favorite games of all time, including like Mass Effect, the trilogy, and I was playing at Ellen called the Zombie Islands of Dr. Ned, and it's kind of like you're shooting out zombies and whatnot. It had like some kind of weird groaning to them. I was just doing my thing, just playing the game, and like there is some very scary stuff coming around. I was just just walking. I hear like a growl, just right next to me. And I just like pop out like screaming, like oh, and like screaming like oh, I was like oh my god.
I'm scared like that.
Yeah.
It's not that I was like the only one of them, but I was continuing on playing. It was so, and I was just in. Next thing I knew, it find myself away against zombies. Pulling off headshots, using like a shotgun, a revolver, sniper rifle. I just usually like use different kinds instead of just using like a part of a gun that class is made off to. It's meant to be using. It's not that fun that way, but it's more fun just using different weapons.
The thing that I would never do is play that virtual reality thing that you told me about.
Oculus Rift?
Yeah.
Yes, I would never do that with a horror game when my parents are home. Holy freaking crap!
He was like that zombie was coming out like from like a hole, and I hear that moan. That's when that moaning here.
PewDiePie is funny about those reactions like that.
Yeah, and later on I was like doing the. We're just doing the same thing, just trying to fight off the zombies, and next thing I knew, there was like a midget zombie form of it. I just turned left to where it is. It jumps right into my face, screaming like, ah! You're like, oh my god! Ah!
Bunch of screaming now.
But still, for all of the content, that was probably as funny as on my first playthrough. I was talking about the one of my, just second time playing. I was just, on a different deal, on a different add-on. Probably like the third one, the General Knox Secret Armory. I was just, looking or opening up lockers, screaming out loot, looking for loot, and same thing like the zombie. It come out and I open it up, the loot midget just like pops out screaming. I was terrified. My heart was pounding.
Reminds me of this one thing that happened to me once on Metal Gear Solid 2. I was playing through there the first time, and there was this part when you got your USP, you're going through there, and with Snake, and you open up open up one of these locker doors. Because sometimes you can open up locker doors to get ammo. Open up, and I opened up a locker door, and all of a sudden, a dead body flew out of the locker, and
it's still in my memory ever since I played like the first one. I still remember that little midget just jumping out of the locker, screaming, and I just got.
I bet that made you jump out of your boots when you first saw that, didn't it?
No, it's probably like more of a scream.
I was talking about you. I bet it made you jump, didn't it?
Yeah, it got my heart pounding after that.
And see, whenever I play a horror game, I always have to like sneak through the game and not hold down run or anything, because I get surprised real easily in games like that. So I can't run through a game like that full speed.
It's all right I don't get scared from
Alright,
that,
looks like
but
we're done.
I still like get scared from it by like dark areas or like spooky theme areas like the
We're
zombie
done, right?
island I talked about.
But yeah, but we were gonna have to cut this off here, I suppose. But I'm Phoenix 6500, and
We're done.